Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone. Well, good morning, Tracy and the Mystical Misfits. Come on in. Let's talk about Florida. What else is there to talk about today? I don't want to know nothing about Russia. If it's not about Florida, what? What? We have to focus. Today's a day of focus. We have Mystical Misfits in Florida, and I just want to know, are you okay? Let me know what's on the grounds of Florida right now. Are you okay? I might even do a reading on it if you guys want me to. You know, I was going to do a reading on Puerto Rico and to see if they were going to expat to Florida. There's nowhere to go in Florida. So when I tell you the universe is acting up and we don't know what the universe is doing from day to day, child, you know, some things you could be like, I'm going to do this. And Floridians did that. They were like, okay, it's going to hit Tampa. It's not going to hit Orlando. Then it hit Orlando. Like, they're calling it a monster storm, but I have to tell you, it really is acting like a monster. It's your worst TV movie you've ever watched on catastrophic events. And I've watched like worst case scenario. This is up there. Lisa, a large bunch of your families in Florida? Oh my God. Shay, how are you? Wait, that's not Shay. Shay Tyler. Tyler, I'm sorry. Are you in Florida? Oh my goodness. Hi, Black Butterfly. Good morning and good health, everyone. This is the reason why I love to say good health because I don't know, it's not just about COVID anymore, is it? It's about everything and anything, right? Oh my God. Give me a second. Let me just check someone in Florida because I heard from them last night, but not today. This morning, I mean. And there's just power outages all over the place. I don't expect. Just check on two people. Oh my God. There are sharks in the. One of my clients go, we have street sharks due to 16-foot storm surge. So, Sharknado is real. 'Uh-uh. 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 'Uh And someone did send me a video. Let me see if I can find it. Because I was like, is that a shark? I did see a video, but now to find. Oh, here it is. Maybe you guys can. Let me turn it up. Let me see something. Get all my.
Power on. Haley. DC has some.
This is a shark.
So I realized I must
wait.
watch too much true crime.
Guess what? Fuck you, that's what. And
Oh my
So
goodness.
I
Wait, stop. This is a shark, people. That's a street. That's a street. This is crazy. Let me just send this to someone that I know. This is the one that mentioned Sharknado. She lives in Florida. She has my sense of humor. She's like, Sharknado is real. Oh my God. Well, Houston, we have a problem. I can imagine that the sharks, except that they're in their body of water, but I can't imagine that they're a little confused because the body of water can't taste the same, right? This is crazy. Hi, Lola. Good morning, good health. Lisa says good health to the mystical misfits as well. Oh my goodness. My heart is breaking. I don't know what else to talk about today. Let me just put on the news and see where everything's at today. Oh, one of the Tampa Bay was on coverage for 8 hours on my feed. 8 hours. Let's see something. Home. Oh, Florida turned into an ocean. Flash floods, big waves. Oh my God. All right. Let me see if I can get a live update. I don't know if this is live.
that's good news, but again, the bad news is that we're still in a warned area for tropical storm impact. So we look at Ian now. You can see here on the satellite presentation that we've got winds at 65. That is going to jettison out into the open Atlantic Thursday today at 2 o'clock. So we start to separate from Ian, and that looks like it continues with the tropical storm status. In fact, it increases some. Just shy of the Category 1 hurricane. That's a strong tropical storm Friday at 2 p.m., strengthening over the warm waters of the Atlantic. Water temps still around 82 degree Fahrenheit mark, and the Gulf Stream current out there as well. So it looks like it's going to ride that up into the Carolinas and make its presence with heavy rain. There's some tropical storm warning areas up that way as well. Why don't you give me a look here at the camera, what you're seeing here on this?
They're saying tropical storm warnings. It's headed toward the Carolinas, but it has to kind of wrap out to the sea. And if it wraps out to the sea, it could rev up to a Category 1. So, are you guys okay? Is anybody saying anything? I'm not getting any feedback from you guys. Sometimes YouTube, kind of stops me, but whatever. I'm not saying anything wrong. You're my peoples. It's YouTube our peoples. Go on my channel. Push it down. Okay, my feed stopped here. Let me see if I can reset it. Because you guys are definitely talking to me, but I can't tell that you're talking to me. This is weird. All right. I'm just going to have to talk to you all from my YouTube channel. So let me see what everybody is saying. Such a shame. I don't know how to reset it here. Okay, so the feed stopped on my computer, but I think the last thing I see is good morning, good health, and Shay Taylor. Black Butterfly, Brittany Brown. Okay, Shay Taylor. Lots of wind and flooding. My son and his girlfriend are in Florida. They're closer to Miami, but they're okay. Thank God. Good morning. Lots of wind today. Thank you, Prairie. No, I don't want to say the model was way off, Prairie. They had the American model, they had the European model. I think this storm was a, what the hell is that? I think this, what's going on here? I think this storm was a monster. So I think the storm was unpredictable. And so it didn't want to go where the model had predicted. I think the storm took on a life of its own, is what I'm trying to say. Good morning, Tracy, says Jessie May. I feel so bad for Florida, Miss Tracy. I'm scared because my 18-year-old son moved to Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know how much about these storms because I'm from Pennsylvania. Yeah. Well, I know in Florida, I can't say if the shelters were safe, right? That hasn't really come through yet. But tell your son to get on high ground and maybe get to a shelter. Shay, I'm sending you positive energy and praying for you, says Lisa D. Do you think he's in danger? Oh, I can't predict that, sweetie. That's not my job. No, 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 no. Talk to your son, and your son, you guys work out what you believe would be the best way for him to manage himself in this storm. It is going to be a tropical storm. Maybe it could turn into a Hurricane 1, but right now it's slated to be a tropical storm. And we've lived through tropical storms, but talk to your son and help him figure out what it would take to get him onto high ground. Is he going to college? Right? Does the campus have anything? Tell him to check with his local police and find out what their suggestions are. Okay? I saw one report that says some are worried it will re-intensify once it goes over the warm waters, exactly, of the Atlantic before it hits North Carolina and Georgia. Exactly. I'm praying for Florida. Thank you so much, Lisa D, says Shay Taylor. My son-in-laws went to Orlando too, Miss Shay. They went from Tampa. Are you okay? Oh my God, that's a street shock. That's crazy. The storm is in beast mode. That's what's important, right? And it's a monster. Like, you can't, like, there's no other way to describe it right now. It's unpredictable. It's a monster. It's unpredictable. I'm going to say it again. The models are doing their best to help you, right? So we have to listen to somebody. But when that thing veered left, oh my God. I mean, none of us thunk it. Orlando was not supposed to get hit. Tampa was supposed to get hit. Orlando was not supposed to get hit. It went straight for Orlando and Jacksonville. There are people using pool floaters in their flooded homes. Oh my God. My prayers are with you all from Florida. Yes. I don't know. I haven't heard from them. I'm a little scared. I understand. I understand. You know, you say your sons-in-laws are in Orlando. Are they working? Where are your daughters? I pray that your sons are okay, Jessie Mae, says Shay. I pray that they're okay too, sweetie. We are getting some of the storm here in coastal Georgia, I heard. Nothing major, though. Good. Nikki 6891. Keep the comments coming, guys. I take all these storms seriously since that storm hit New York City and New Jersey. Then last year, Ida hit Philly and suburbs. I saw the water rise and flood Center City and flood the suburbs, and people died. Oh, Nancy. I remember that New York flood because it was kind of weird. It was kind of, I don't know. Maybe this is a part of climate change, guys. Okay, thank you, Miss Tracy. You're welcome, Jesse. Good morning, Beto. Good health. Good morning, Tanisha Johnson. Good health. Just plenty of wind here in coastal Georgia. Don't know what's going to happen yet. I know. Listen to the authorities. Coastal Georgia, you know, get out, you know, get inland. That's, I'm not an official, you know, that's not my job. I'm literally saying, listen to your authorities. Like, that's what I'm saying. Mother Nature is highly pissed. Daytona was hit hard. Really, Teresa? Teresa, are you in Florida too? I have family in Charleston. Jesus Christ. And so far, my mom is saying just rain and wind. Usually North Charleston, Moncks Corner are where we usually go when storms come. Is your mom moving? Because it's coming to the Carolinas. Good morning, beautiful baby. Morning, all, says beautiful baby. Good morning, Tracy, and all the beautiful misfits. Good health and all my prayers to all the people of Florida. Yes. My friend is in Jacksonville, and they said Daytona was hit hard. So was Jacksonville. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Um, yeah. Who's the guy on Good Morning America? What's his name? Mapalopoulos? What's his name on Good Morning America? I love George. George. Okay, we'll just call him George. So this morning he was with some official, right? And some sheriff, right? right? Like some sheriff just shouldn't go on TV, right? Some sheriff should not be the spokesperson, right? Like you have emergency management services, like get that person on the line, right? This is a random sheriff in Florida, right? So he gets the sheriff on the line, and the first thing he says is, DeSantis is doing the best, like he's the greatest, and blah 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 blah, and he's doing everything. And I'm like, first of all, sheriff, and watch it on Good Morning America, so you rewatch it on Hulu. First of all, sheriff, the storm still exists. Emergency management has yet to come out and save anyone. A fire truck got stuck in the water. What is DeSantis doing? Not that he's not doing it. You can't do anything. So what was this, a political statement? DeSantis is the greatest. He's got, doing everything. How? You literally, just before the sheriff started speaking, literally, they said emergency management has not been sent out as of yet. Nobody to rescue anybody in their homes. Nobody to get lights back on. The storm is still surging. It's a 300-mile storm. Florida is just 156 miles. So what the hell is DeSantis going to be doing that he's the greatest, right? So then the idiot sheriff, watch it on Hulu. You don't have to believe me. George goes, what about fatalities? Did you know anything? The idiot sheriff goes, hundreds dead. I'm watching the news and I'm thinking, what? So then he goes, I think that's when he went on to say that DeSantis was the best, like making this real big political statement in the middle of a storm. So then they let him ramble on, and George is almost like in shock. And George goes, hundreds dead? And the sheriff repeats the idiot comment, hundreds. So they go on to other segments, they go on to commercial, they come back for the second half at 8 o'clock, and then they say, oh, the sheriff didn't mean to say hundreds were dead. Now, either hundreds are dead, and he was accurate, or what? Like, I'm mortified that anyone could announce hundreds are dead without having the data, the real data. And how does one sheriff, one tiny little sheriff, speak for all of Florida? He needs to be fired. I demand that he be fired. In the middle of the storm, shut up! People have family there. I'll get the name of the sheriff, I promise you. No, Nancy, we don't discuss what could have happened. We stay in the present moment and move forward. We don't discuss what coulda, woulda. That is one, toxic, and two, like it just brings on more trauma to imagine something like that. So metaphysical people, we don't go back. We stay here, right now, today. All right. So for right now, today, L. Williams says President Biden declared an emergency for Florida on 9/24, and on 9/24 because they knew in advance so that FEMA staff can get prepared. This is 9/29. That sheriff was a disgrace. He needs to be terminated. This is the problem we're having when people just, you don't want to hear hundreds dead and you have family there that you maybe have not heard from yet. If that were me, I would be in full panic mode. I couldn't breathe. You get it, Nancy? Yes. We don't start drama. We only can deal with what's in our control, right? Not the fantasy of the what ifs. We're not doing that. But we're not in control of this storm. The storm is in control. And we're going to deal with the remnants of the storm that's in control. And it's not going to be pretty. Tunisia, thank you. The ignorance of people. You have the responsibility and the care of others, not your political favorite. What the, you don't get to say DeSantis is the best. No one cares. People lost their homes. No one cares right now about DeSantis. We're not having a political problem right now. We're having loss of something. And I don't know what the loss of something could be, but there's a lot of losses. We're not doing DeSantis right now. Wake up, sheriff, and retire. Nancy, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nancy's like, I told the story about the sheriff. How is he going to know for sure until search and rescue? These are numbers. Bodies become numbers. You don't estimate. They can estimate how many people lost power based upon the electrical grid. So if they have a grid here that holds 100,000 people and that goes out, they can estimate, we believe, 100,000 people lost power. The next grid, another 100,000. It goes out. We believe 200, because they say at least, they're talking about power grids, at least 400,000 lost electricity from Dune Electricity or something like that company. But they've measured all of that. You can't measure this until the water is done. You all can get in these neighborhoods, and then we start counting. And what I want to be counted is how many lives survived. But you don't get to say hundreds. And he repeated it twice. You saw it, Nancy, right? He repeated it twice. Speak positive. I have family in Florida. I haven't heard yet. Miss NetNet, I agree. Speak positive. We're not doing this crap with this sheriff. Brittany Brown, I can't judge what they should be doing now, because the weather vane is still showing some issues. So I can't judge, like, do it now. These are uber professionals that do their job well. All right. You know, I think the best thing everyone can do at this point is talk to Ian and tell Ian, please go. And, you know, please do not attack the Carolinas like you did us. Please go. Miss Tracy, I want to thank you for all your guidance, the way you correct us. Oh, yeah, when we go or think about things in the wrong way. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I'm thankful that it's a part of our growth in life. Oh, my God. Thank you, sweetie. That is, you know, that's one of the things that I've had a hard time grappling with. Like, do I correct people, or do I let people just be willy-nilly believe whatever? And, you know, I'm not right? I can't say I come from a righteous place or listen to me, I'm the right one, although I do act that way. I do. I like to call it the Moses effect, right? Let me see something. Hold on. Oh, listen to this. Time magazine says, oh wait, you put it back up. Oh, come on. This is bullshit. I should have never left. Guys, okay. Jesse May goes, I want to thank you all for your guidance. I want to thank you for your guidance where you correct us when we go or think about things in the wrong way. I appreciate it, and I'm thankful that it's part of our growth in life. I appreciate you acknowledging that, right? Because that's the mob mentality, right? I'm trying to prevent mob mentality. So if we get to a mob mentality, that's pure ignorance, right? You know, Black folks have been annihilated due to mob mentality. So we have to really be careful how the mob can believe something and it could be completely off its kilter. So I think that's what I keep trying to do. But when I correct you all, it's not that I'm right, although I do believe I'm right. But I think you could see that I'm right in a spiritual way, not right in a cult kind of way. Drink the Kool-Aid, drink the Kool-Aid. But I like to call it the Moses effect, right? When you believe you're so right that you become God, right? When Moses got the commandments, and it wasn't the 10 commandments, the commandments were like 300 commandments. It's really weird. It's 10? No. It was 300 reduced to 10. I just wanted to correct that for everybody, okay? And if you look it up, you'll be able to read the 300 commandments on Google, right? And then Moses gets, I don't know how he carried those tablets down. In any case, that's why he was gone for so long. He wasn't gone because 10 commandments. He was gone because it was like 300 commandments. He was gone for like 6 months. Okay, I'm done. He gets back down and he sees the people doing what only the people knew to do, unfortunately. And he had a few Romans in there, and they were like, yo, Moses disappeared. He abandoned y'all. We in this new land. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to build several gods, right? And we're going to party hard. That was the part that really, they were like shaking things, and it was sultry. And the Moses effect is when you think you're so right that you don't take care of the people you're trying to help to think differently. And Moses killed them all. Moses was like, I am upset with you. And God was like, no, Moses. And he's like, I am upset with you. And he throws, according to the movie, the 10 Commandments. Like, I love that movie. I haven't watched it in the last 2 years because I think I've elevated beyond the movie. I think it's all I had was the goddamn 10 Commandments in terms of like spiritual reference visually. But in any case, moving on, right? And he annihilates everybody. And God was like, no, dude, no. I said your people were out of control. I didn't say take them out. That's my job. So I think the reason why I've watched the 10 Commandments all my life, like I'm at the age we don't talk about, we don't do Bruno, but I think I've been watching the 10 Commandments since it came out, and I believe it must have came out when I was a child. And that part was like, I wait for that part, right? The whole movie is the whole movie. But there's a part in the beginning of the movie where the baby floats to the Romans. I like that part. But the part with Moses, that's the critical part, because that's the part where we make mistakes, all of us. That's the part where we make bad choices and bad decisions, right? Because if you notice in the movie, Moses had a chance to think about what he was doing. He was like, I am so mad. And he stopped to think for a minute. He goes, am I? And then he goes, yes, I am. And then he goes. So it's at that critical part I have watched all my life. And I have said to myself, I don't want to allow myself to know that I can't think something through. I want to be able to think something through, which is the reason why when I'm around people, I tend to be very quiet around people, because I'm observing, I'm looking at everyone that's coming through, and I'm like, oh, well, that's a problem over there. Okay, I'm gonna watch that some more. When I'm in public, very quiet, very quiet. I'm in complete observation mode. Because if I need to get the fuck out of somebody's way, go on. Go on. I'm not even gonna try to correct people. You were wrong for that. Nope. I'm gonna watch it from like this. The only thing I need to correct is me and mine. That's it. And sometimes mine don't want to listen. Don't want to listen? I don't have the Moses effect. I'm not about to take you out. You're gonna learn. What else is everybody? But thank you for that, Jesse. Thank you. Salista. Now. Salista goes, here comes the FEMA abusers. Rescue hasn't even begun yet. Salista. Now, the scammers, they're like, a storm's coming in Florida? I know exactly how to handle this. I know, sweetie. Those are the professionals, professional hustlers. Especially the roofing people. Oh my God, the roofing people. Oh, such scammers. It is what it is. Almighty ancestors, yes, please always correct me at least. I'll correct everyone, right? No picking on one person. Everyone. Nah, we need correction. You guys are so sweet. Don't make me become Moses. That ego will handle it. Y'all better be like, Tracy, calm down. Calm down, Tracy. You hurt my feelings, Tracy. Don't give me permission. I'm a Leo. I will. Kingdom, Lion Kingdom, got that. Correction, part of a good teacher. Yes, we need correction from time to time, even me. The balance is good, Tracy, very necessary. Oh my God, you guys are so adorable. Laws of Matt were 600 or more. And they were reduced to 10. 600? Oh, Jose Mio. Moses lost it. Moses lost it. And then he's finally, God wanted no memory. So God was like, all right, all those that remember history, you all, they're with me now. So you may move on. And then in the movie, they go, I forgot who, but they go, Moses, can't you not come? He's like, God has shown me I cannot cross yonder. All right. All right, Moses. We love you. We gotta go. Oh, Nancy says, it's sad. We can't even keep the 10. Yeah. Yes. Coolio has also passed away. We were in group last night, book club, and we didn't mention in book club that he had passed on. Someone did send me a text. But yeah, sorry to see you go, Coolio. I have to tell you, talking about Coolio and people dying young. I think he was 59 or something like that. You know, please, everyone, this is the reason why I talk about good health. I want you all to go to your doctors, get your numbers taken care of. If you know, he's struggled with asthma all his life, so there might be some contribution to that. I don't know, I'm not saying. But I do want you guys to figure out that you and your doctor have the best relationship. Beyond that, I want everyone to start investing in holistic herb health. Ryan, how are you, Ryan? Ryan, when's your birthday? I know it's in October, but when is it? Or is it September? When's your birthday, Ryan? Did we wish you happy birthday already? We did. Never mind. We did. Happy birthday. Oh my God. Hi, sweetie. So get your, thanks for the Florida prayers. So far, pretty good in Jacksonville. Thank you, God. So I just want everyone to start investing more in holistic care. That's teas and herbs. Work with your doctor. Take the pills that your doctor recommends. And then supplement with herbs. And then talk to your doctor about certain herbs, right? Because I know with my dad, who had a heart condition and heart medicine from his doctor, could not take echinacea. And I remember creating an echinacea golden seal for him. And the doctor was like, that will not work with his meds, so please discontinue. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So speak to your doctor about everything, please. Jazz great Pharoah Sanders died. He played with John Coltrane. Really? I'm sorry, sweetie. Good morning, Tracy. You look so refreshed this morning. I don't know how. We stayed in book club until 1 p.m.-ish. And whenever I come out of book club, I don't go straight to sleep. I just wind down a little bit more. So I didn't go to sleep till 1:30. Oh, Ten Commandments movie came out in 1956. So this was most of my childhood and adult life. I watched this movie every year from a young girl. I'm 60 now. Exactly. You and I, we're right here. The last 2 years, I haven't watched it, though. I've kind of evolved spiritually. And so I no longer have the need to have that movie feed me. It's very interesting. There are certain books I won't invest in anymore because I'm my own spiritual guide now. Because they don't identify with my direction, the spiritual, some of the books that I've read all my life to get here. So looking for mountains and mountains of new authors. Just so you know, we are reading The Alchemist in book club every Saturday, but we are about to wrap it up. I'm going to take a little break, which I don't even know what the break means. I am going to come back and do the book Conversations with God, because I want you guys to appreciate how God is communicating with you too. All right. It was from this book that I gave myself permission to talk to God, because I'm born and raised Catholic. And in a Catholic church, we have intercession or something like that. And so the Catholic Church teaches you not to communicate with God. They teach you to find a saint and let that saint communicate. Oh, look at my horns. Look at my horns. Get out of here, you horns. Ooh, child, them horns started to show. Oh no, did you did you read Of Water and Spirit? No, child. Oh, wait. I always try to keep a pen and paper here, but I don't have a pen here. Damn it. Hold on. I do have a pen. Oh, come on. Come on, people. Dream girls will never leave you. And all you have to do is dream. All you have to do is dream. I can't find a pen. Dream. Dream girls will never leave you. I do want to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something because you guys are going to be so proud of me. All right. Read. Of Water and Spirit. Okay. A great book by Madeline some. What do you mean the same with Cleopatra, soul sister? I'm true. I'm Catholic intercessors. Thank you. The church doesn't stress a deeply personal relationship and direct line with God. So I feel like I was delayed trying to figure out my relationship with God, right? Ironically, in the Catholic Church, your relationship is with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. They don't emphasize the Holy Spirit enough. They remind you that the Holy Spirit is part of this big Trinity, right? But the Holy Spirit is who talks to you in your voice, right? That's the real intercessor, the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit comes in a form of your guides, your angels, your ancestors, and then they talk to you in a familiar voice. And that's the voice inside your own head. And so it's now time for us to invest in how to have conversations with God. And believe it, I have conversations with God all day. Like a day doesn't go by where, a minute doesn't go by where I'm like, God, what should I do about this? And I will definitely get my answers. I was inspired to have conversations with God because I couldn't tell who God was. I couldn't figure out, was God there? Right? I couldn't understand famine in Africa, right? Because we're just getting a one-sided view of famine in Africa. But then I found out the famine was caused by the British monarchy because certain parts of Africa was rebelling, and then they decided to keep food from certain parts of Africa. But when you're a young kid, 10 years old, and you just see babies with, bugs and flies around them, you think, where is God? And I'm telling you, it's very confusing when it's not that God wasn't there, right? It's that people around them um, have shown to create an atmosphere and a belief system, right? To make us believe that this is something God would create. No, man created that. Oh my God, there's a beautiful butterfly just buzzing around me right now. I just take that as validation that maybe I'm not eloquent in my speech, but I take it as validation that I'm allowed to continue speaking on this. And so when some of the countries in Africa wanted to fight against British rule, right, or having the monarchy benefit, then they kept supplies from them and tried to annihilate whole African countries. And then on our side, on the American side, we took that and we were like, send them money, send them money. Look at these poor little black kids with, and the money never went there. The money never went there. They never had to show tax records or proof what they actually did with the money. How did we get on that? I don't know. Because sometimes I just go off on a tangent because I'm crazy. But I tell a true story because the butterfly showed me. Yeah, and part of starving in certain parts of Africa, like Ethiopia, right? Ethiopia is having a problem. You know why Ethiopia is having a problem? Because they're the original Jews. They're the original Jews. And they don't want that to be blasted, right? Israel doesn't want to work with, the darker version of the original Jews. So what do? You annihilate them by way of food. Thank you, Soul Sister. Famine is a form of genocide. Thank you. Right. Right. Oh, they've proven that already, Nancy. The Europeans did steal many sacred objects of Africa and use them to keep subjugated on a metaphysical layer. Yeah, or they use them for magic. Or they use them for magic, which is, which is why this shit is backfiring, which is why all the hurricanes come from Africa, right? You think about it. All right. Ethiopians are also the original Christian Coptic church. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Thank you, Lisa D. Thank you. Oh, yeah. 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 And right now, um, they're obliviating Palestinians because they don't want to share the land anymore. This is crazy. It's all so crazy. All right. So we can discuss this another time. I love when we go off topic and it's just spirit just moves in me and you all move in me. I actually love it. Um, the Ethiopian is 8 years behind us. Yes, Red Roses, which is why talking about the Ethiopian being, I think it's 7 years behind us, but you could be right. I apologize if you are right. I don't know what labida is. Solid rock labida. Which is why when the Mayan um, calendar date for the beginning of catastrophic events, was 2012, right? They didn't consider the fact that maybe the Mayans, who are indigenous, right, was having a communication with a calendar that wasn't redeveloped, right? The calendar that we use was redesigned. They were with an original calendar with the Ethiopians. So that 2012 event was supposed to be 2020, 2021. And 2020 was the year that COVID entered. Also, since 2020, climate change has been terrible since 2020. And all of this is a part of climate change. And this is the restructuring of our whole lives. You know? All right. Oh, I would love to see that. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law are Palestinians. Oh, wow. Who lived in exile in Jordan and Dubai. It's sad they no longer have a homeland. Right. 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 Yes, Elwins, I do know. Because here's why I know. Because the U.S. is too busy supporting Israel for all the wrong reasons. And people of color suffer greatly at the hands of the U.S., whereas Israel will get billions and billions of our dollars that should be left here to take care of ourselves and our neighborhoods. So, yeah, I do know. It's one of my biggest complaints on my feed that they keep giving so much money to Israel. Biden said he wasn't going to, but he has yet to stop that. So it is what it is. It is Ethiopian's church carved out of solid rock, still in use. That sounds so beautiful. Yes, yes, absolutely. Red Roses, we are assisting in annihilating. But again, this kind of stuff can't continue. So prayer works. Remember that. Prayer works. And if you want prayer to work, all you have to do is speak up to God. And you have to say, the money's not being used appropriately. God, stop the funds from going to hands that could kill others. Right? There's a way to do it. All right? There's a way to communicate with God, which is how we got on this topic. Right? You don't have to sit back and watch this shit go down. You know, we can start having prayers to God to stop this. And just like we did with the soldiers in Russia, all God needs to know is that a whole bunch of people care. And because a whole bunch of people will care, there could be changes. So start praying to God that the U.S. stops giving money to Israel so Israel can annihilate Palestinians, so that Israel can make Ethiopians, you know, a distinct people. I believe it. I believe it. So let's say a little focus. Let's start asking God to keep the monies away and out of the hands of people that aren't using it well. All right, let's get off the topic. Hi, American Amy. Let's get off the topic. I just want to show you guys something. I'm a registered voter. I'm a registered voter. Yeah, baby. I can show you my name, Tracey Brown, registered voter. We get an ID here, people. I'm hot now. Y'all made me hot talking about things. Ugh. Y'all made me so hot. I get very passionate. Mm. Oh my God. I get so passionate. Ooh, child. I get passion. No, I'm actually in a room with AC. It's not the air conditioner. When I start to do readings or speak passionately, the heat, the internal heat just rises up inside of me and just explodes. I'm just a fireball of heat, which is how I know I have healing hands. Because all the heat inside of me, child, imagine what I can heal. Did I ever tell you guys that story? I don't know where this little boy is anymore, but I'll tell you guys the story. Um, Hold on. So, so I had a nephew born with cerebral palsy, right? And my brother, who has since passed on, came to a party. And here this little boy comes with these crippled legs. And I said to my brother, give me the baby. So I take the baby. Heat is radiating from me, right? I take the baby and I'm walking around the party, right? And I'm talking in the baby's ear. And I go, you're going to walk. You're going to walk. So I took his legs and I stretched it out and it boomeranged back. And I says, no, you're going to walk. It's like this. And I stretch it out and it boomerangs back. I took the other leg, I stretched it out and it boomeranged back. Ultimately, whatever heat was emanating, that boy passed out on my chest. Passed out. He must have been like 18 months, 2 years old. I don't remember. Passed out. That my brother was like, he never sleeps. And I was like, oh, really? And meanwhile, I don't want to tell my brother, right? I was like, oh, okay, well, he slept with me, right? But the heat, right? The heartbeat and the heat just took him out. All the while I was holding him, I stretched him out and I kept talking to him. I said, you're going to walk. We're going to use these legs to walk. And I kept stretching it out. I don't see the baby again because my brother was kind of funky with his family. It's a cancer male. Cancer males are really weird sometimes. They love their mother, not necessarily the whole family. So me and my sister, we don't invest in my brother. He doesn't invest in us for years. And then my dad dies. So we take the limo from me and my sister's place and we go to my brother's place. We're all in Staten Island, New York. And this little kid comes running out. He comes running out to the limo without my brother. And he gets in a car and he goes, what's your name? And, my sister goes, Terry. He goes, what's your name? And my brother's girlfriend at the time, later became his wife, was like, Tabby. And he goes, what's your name? And then I go, talking to me, and I go, Tracy. And he goes, hi, Tracy. And I was like, hi. And he gets in a car. He sits right next to me. And then I realize it's my brother's son, Darren. And I was like, this is Darren? I'm talking to my sister. I was like, this is Darren? I was like, Darren can walk? Like, Darren can walk? This is Darren? I'm in shock, right? He spent the whole time just enamored with me. Hey, Tracy, and this and that. And my sister goes, he really likes you. And I was like, yeah, because, yeah, he likes me. I can't tell my sister why he likes me. It was between the little boy and I. And he remembered. He remembered. He was 2 and he was walking. And it was beautiful. I say that to say because I have healing hands. So I was supposed to do healing for a living, right? And I got a vision that I was going to be trapped inside of my home while people would be lined up looking for healing. And so I told God, I was a kid. I must have been like, I was young when I got the vision. So I must have been, it was before I entered into the tarot world. And I must have been 33 or something like that. And I got this vision. And I told God, no, I won't do it. No, I will not heal. Because in order to heal, I would lose my life. And I vowed to God, I will not use these hands to lay hands. And that's when tarot came to me. But I have to tell you, tarot is not my original gift. So it took me years to master tarot, but it's not my original gift. And so now I'm kind of going into my original gift, which is healing the souls, right? Just not laying hands. So when you guys talk about correcting you all, that's a part of healing the soul, right? Because I want everybody to go up to heaven. Oh, Bree, I'm so sorry. You can be healed for what happened, Nancy Shell. Oh, that's such a beautiful story. Thank you, sweetie. Amen. Oh, Solista, I love the black hearts. Nice. Thank you, American Amy. Let me see. Did you know the migrants and NGOs league are suing because their civil rights are violated? Yeah, I do. That was a part of, I don't want to get political, guys. Today, we can get political on another day, but although we talked about so much shit already, that was the trickery that the governor of Florida offered up. It was a trick. He literally took them from Texas. So it is what it is. Yes, Lisa, you're right. Got it. Yeah. I was healed of a club foot by my grandpa? What? You know I believe it. You know I believe it. Oh, Lisa D, thank you. That was such a powerful and wondrous story. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so that's how you know? Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, healing is amazing. You know. In any case, I told God there was no way I was gonna be a healer. Just no way. It's just it didn't feel right. And then years later, the night that I found out that my son and my daughter-in-law got COVID, I was watching, I don't know what movie or what, I don't know if I can find the movie again, because I'm sure it's out there. It might have been on Amazon about this little girl that accidentally became a healer. Ooh, child. Exactly what that movie was, exactly my vision. That people were just gonna line up outside my door and I was never gonna get a moment's peace. Ever. So I refused. And the movie, like years later, the movie was like, oh, this would have been your life. And interesting enough, in the movie, I don't know if the little girl asked the gift to be given away, but at some point in the end of the movie, she comes out to the crowd and she goes, I'm sorry, guys, I don't have the gift anymore. And I was like, that's a responsible ending, right? That is such a responsible ending. Because again, here this little girl had this gift of healing, and yet she would have been like dead inside to heal. Like, no, we're not made to be puppets to all of that. No, right? Like we have to trust that God is making great doctors and stuff like that. And that's the responsibility. All right, I'm getting tired now. I'm gonna I feel like I'm just rambling on. Oh, but I love hearing that. You were healed of a club foot by your doctor. I love hearing that. That's a beautiful story. Thank you. Lisa D, don't encourage Bree to do that. Don't do, oh my God. Don't encourage Bree. No, no, she never heard of it. Stop it. Stop it. Do not encourage her quitting. No, don't do that. Girl, like, you know what you really could do? No, you don't do none of that until you get a reading. Get a reading first. Yo, that's very true. My mom said your gift from God is what you're good at and it comes to you naturally. She asked God to show she said ask God to show you. Yeah, and your gift is open to interpretation, right? Simone Biles is a gift from God. And why do you say that, Tracy? Because she's African American and there was a time in, skating, was that little girl Sonia Bonate, where they wouldn't let us be fabulous in skating. And, you know, now we see all these black gymnasts be fabulous. So you could be a gift from God just by presentation to the world, right? So don't be so hard on yourself. You don't know what your gift from God is. What you love doing, your mother is right, is your gift from God. So I love making candles, gift from God, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. It doesn't have to be some grandiose engineer, rocket science bullshit. It's simple things. And it's service from, like, it's a service to others from God that you love to do. People make oils and herb concoctions and public speakers, right? A good damn listener is a gift from God. Think about that, right? No one ever says that. Well, I think my gift is listening. That's a great gift. Yes. Yeah, she should have been a gold medalist, child. She should have been a gold medalist. And nobody does 3 triple something up in the air and come down and land on 1 foot, right? Gift from God paves the way, even if others at the time cannot appreciate it. Serena Williams, gift from God. Arthur Ashe led the way for Serena Williams, gift from God, right? I mean, there's just so many things. The guy that built the stoplight, black guy, gift from God, right? All right, we're rambling on now. Thank you, Red Roses. Thank you. I just don't want you all to think that your gift from God has to be something big. The guy that died in Buffalo that created a water system for your engine to run. Gift from God. He died, right? So there you have it, but still a gift from God. Interesting you say listening. Yes, listening is a gift. I say that's one of mine. Right. I'm great at listening and love to provide space for others that way. Perfect. It's amazing. Red Roses, what is Moses? Stop giving me one word sentences. I don't know what that shit means. Sorry to curse, but it's like, what does that mean? All right, let's go back and focus on Florida, right? They're not done with water damage. So let's just pray that the back of the surge still doesn't come for them. And the Carolinas are in front of history, so we don't know what they're going to get. Oh, I love that. Interior design and decorating is my gift from God. Effortless and fills me with joy. I love you for that, Lisa. If I ever get my healing center, maybe you can help design it because I want it to look magical and like beautiful. Maybe one day. Be nice to have somebody come and design. You know, I keep getting the plane, like that type of, and you go into paradise, or like Coolio, Gangsta Paradise. What's the song? Dun, 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 dun. What's a metaphysical paradise? Metaphysical paradise. All right, whatever. All right, guys. I love you all. And oh, let me go because we have to do dashikis and bonnets in about 20 minutes. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.